are getting ready to keg the Mac and Jack clone. I just brewed yesterday the Doppelbock. I'll show you guys that at the end. The camera battery was dead, but so I had to charge it. What we did was we made a PBW solution in here, a cleaning solution. We hooked it up to gas and we cleaned the line out into another bucket. We also did that with clean water, because it's not only important to clean this out, but it's also important to keep your lines clean as well. So what we got here now is a sanitizing solution. Sanitizing for me, I just want the lines sanitized a little bit. It's not as important at this point. The system's pretty much airtight, and there's alcohol in here, which is pretty much going to take care of anything that might be in the lines. I'm going to put gas on this. This bucket already has some sanitizer in it. I just run the lines through. I'll run the sanitizing solution through just like I was pouring beer. And if this bucket was empty, I would do it until it was full. But all we're doing now, I'm just clearing the line of the regular water, PBW, rinsing it out with the Star Sand solution, and then we'll dump this out and we'll be kegging here shortly. There we go. Turn the gas off. Make sure you always, I like to disconnect everything first, and then get the gas out. You don't want to take that off. You can take it off, but it's kind of a pain in the butt because there's still pressurized CO2 in there. So we'll see you in just a few minutes. This is going to look real similar to when we racked to a secondary. Now I've already got PBW, Star Sand cleared out of here. This has been sanitizing for a little while. Stick it in there. Let's dump this out here. Like I said, I sanitize because I want things to be clean, but at this point there's not a whole lot that the alcohol is not going to take care of. This has been dry hop for 8 days now. It's a little longer than either the other guys, D or Rescue, dry hop for. This hose sits on the bottom. I don't put this all the way on the bottom because there's still a lot of sediment in there. But pulling it out of the freezer, what I got was the hot particles are now kind of in solution. I'm not really concerned with that too much. We'll just have some hot particles in the beer. Alright, as you can see, we chased Star Sand out of the keg here. All I'm going to do in this scenario is, I think I did this last time too, I'm just going to stick these hoses and everything in here because we're going to wash. You can't let these carboys sit after you do them. So when you're ready to keg or bottle or whatever, you have to be ready to clean them directly afterwards. You might need to do that, that's for sure. Alright, so now, I took Gravity the other day, but I forgot what it was. So we're going to take Gravity again, just real quick, as soon as I find my hydrometer that I brought over here. We're going to take Gravity right here. Here we go. This is a nice, clear beer. I really enjoy it. I've had no problem with chill haze, but that's just not letting the beer mature. This is nice. This is almost 5 full gallons. I've lost only a little bit to true and other sediment. Here we go. That'll be enough to float it. There we go. Since this is 71 degrees, we'll subtract that here in just a second. Add it. When you're putting the stuff in the keg, now this stuff's been sanitized too, but we're putting this lubrifilm on here. Anybody dealing with gaskets or O-rings knows that you keep these lubed up, they're going to last you a hell of a lot longer. keeps it from drying out, cracking, whatnot. So here's that. Gonna wrench my hand off there. Take it back on. This has a short side and a long side. You gotta put the long side in first, otherwise it just won't go in there. Seal it up. Here we go. So that's sealed up, and we'll stick her in Keezer, Kegerator, however you want to call it, in just a minute. Now this hydrometer, we've learned, you need to subtract 3 from the reading. So, we'll subtract 3 from 246. 1016, so it's 1013, but it's 71 degrees, so we'll add that one back, 1014. We'll check to see if that's within style parameters. We'll give her a taste. Wow, really smells like those Cascades. Beautiful, not bready at all. Clean fermentation. I'm sorry, it's bready, it's not grassy at all from having that 8-day fermentation cycle. Okay, or 8-day dry hop cycle. Alright, so I'll show you in just a second what we're going to do with the pressure. Okay, as you can see here, it looks like a jumbled rat's nest in there. That's fine. It delivers beer, delivers CO2. I don't care. Here's a new one. Okay, we're going to follow what I've got this manifold on here, and we're going to open it. You can kind of hear the gas going in. Good thing about leaving that star sand, chasing it out, is you're going to be able to see any bubbles. So if it's leaking, we're going to know it right off the bat. And if there's any doubt, you can take a spray bottle full of soap or star sand solution or whatever, and just kind of spray it on there. What I'm also doing, I have this stout on gas 2. We're actually going to turn the gas off to that, because what I want to do is I want to carb this a little quicker. We're on 12 psi. Oh, actually that's pretty perfect. But if I wanted to, we could increase the pressure. There's 14, so on and so forth. I'm actually going to leave it on 15 psi because we are at 15 point something there. Whoops. Let me get under here soon. At 35 degrees, which is what I keep the Keezer at. I think it wants 15.7 for a 2.8 volumes. So we want to bring that down. Bad thing about this is you have to unscrew it like hell to get it to drop down. There we go. And we'll bring it back up. There's 12, 14. There we go. We're going to leave it there. So the next video in this little series here will be doing the video pour for this beer that we've been working on. Actually, it'll be in about a week, so we got a little 3-week action going on. It won't be completely mature, but it'll definitely be drinkable by then. See you then.